Bye.
Hey, this is Justin with the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. We'd like to invite you to North Alabama's premier patio bar and grill, where at the factory, we have something going on each and every night. Monday night, steak night. Tuesday night, karaoke. Wednesday night, the Jeep community comes out for Jeep Jam. Thursday, it's bike night, the biggest in the valley. Friday and Saturday, live concerts on our 4,000 square foot patio, along with drink specials and a beautiful staff. What are you waiting on? We will see you at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Here's what's happening. Receiver CeeDee Lamb among 3 Cowboys players activated from the reserve COVID-19 list today, according to ESPN's Todd Archer. Lamb hasn't taken part in a full practice with quarterback Dak Prescott since the middle of August. Cowboys kick off the season 1 week from tonight at Tampa Bay against the defending champion Buccaneers. 2 days before his top-ranked Alabama team kicks off its national title defense against number 14 Miami, Coach Nick Saban joined Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Among the topics he discussed, the team's new starting quarterback, Bryce Young. What helped Young win the starting job, according to Saban, his consistency, accuracy, how to move in the pocket, and solid decision-making. Cristiano Ronaldo released today from the Portugal squad 6 days earlier than originally scheduled. He's on course to make his second Manchester United debut on September 11th.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
From the WZDX Pinpoint Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Emily Owen. For this Thursday, expect plenty of sunshine. High temperatures will be topping out in the lower 80s for the afternoon, and it looks like we've got another dry day in store for us for your Thursday night. Expect mostly clear skies, low temperatures falling into the lower 60s, and we could see gusty winds as high as 15 miles per hour. I'm meteorologist Emily Owen on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Want to save some money?
I can take money and I can make it into more money.
Just check out our zone deals online at 977ESPN.com. We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Who wants coffee? Anybody wants coffee?
Can you get me a dog? Roll type C.
The tire's tired.
He ain't good looking, but he sure ain't shy. He's a northern-bred, southern-fed, slick-talking guy. Listeners in his posse are the Junkyard Dogs, the SEC from Tennessee to calling them hogs. From Gainesville up to Lexington to the Tide and Tiger Land, nobody does it like Thom Abraham.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Testosterone high today.
Yeah, Tom's a man, he's got the plan, he's really got it made. What a wife he's got, she's smoking hot, check out the Junkyard Babe. When everything is said and done, no one can beat his show. He's a high-tech redneck, Tony Soprano. If you love sports without the fluff, he's got the master plan. Cause nobody does it like Thom Abraham, yeah.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
And good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Beat the Big Dog Thursday here in the Doghouse. That's right, the first Beat the Big Dog of the season. Phone lines are open. Feel free to jump in. 256-576-4977. Don't forget you can text the show as well, 732-9TA-SHOW, 732-982-7469. It's a great way to communicate with us. My Twitter feed is at Thom Abraham Show. The station's feed is 97.7 ESPN. And we are also on Twitch and Facebook at 97.7 ESPN, where you can watch the show as well. And our YouTube channel, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. You got to like and subscribe there. Just go to 977ESPN.com for links to all of that. While you're at it, get the app. You need to have the app. There you can find a link to Zone 2 as well. Zone 3, our alternate streaming channels for more great programming. And you could take us in your pocket with you everywhere.
You can take it near, you can take it far, you can take it in your car, you can take it to a bar.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, Madison Academy is at DAR with Steve Moulton and Glenn Laird on the call, on air, online, on our primary stream. And then on Zone 2, Huntsville High and Grissom getting together at Milton Frank Stadium. Panthers looking for the first win. A tough couple of games to get the season started. Grissom is 1-1. Austin Coletti and Drew Arman are on that game. Coming up in a few minutes, TOC Sports Prep Preview with Tom Perkins of TOC. Buckhorn got that stunning win over Bob Jones. Stunning, not that they beat Bob Jones, because they've been getting better and Bob Jones is struggling a little bit. But, the fashion in which they won late like that, I think it was 18-17 for the win. First time in 10 years that Buckhorn won that game. And now it's the Madison Bowl this week with James Clemens, a big favorite, at the stadium. We'll take a look at a few of the other games as well. Beat the Big Dog is coming up at top of the 11. Now, this is not to be confused with the Friday trifecta for you newbies out there. For the great unwashed, our new listeners, which we love. Don't be afraid to call the show. It's not a click. You can get in. But this is not to be confused with the Friday trifecta. That's tomorrow, hence the Friday trifecta. That's the one where everyone gets to pick 3 games plus a tiebreaker. And they compete for weekly prizes and a grand prize. In Beat the Big Dog, one caller will tell you what number caller you need to be to get in. One caller goes head-to-head against me on 6 games against the spread. Now, you get advice from Coach Grizz on the games for whatever that's worth. Now, if you beat me, we're going to hook you up with chow at Bad Daddy's. And maybe a little something extra that I'm working on. You know what I used to do. Those of you that are veterans of Beat the Big Dog and veterans of the show, you know what I used to do. I'm working on that. We don't have it done yet. Now, it's not tie the Big Dog. It's Beat the Big Dog. So we alternate the picks as we make them. And I keep track of every single pick for the season to see if you guys can beat me on the season. The listeners have won the season-long battle twice in 13 years in terms of the picks. I mean, last year I was 15-7 against you guys. I pretty much always win that part of it. You know what I mean? That doesn't include the ties. Look, I mean, it's just, you know what I'm saying. I'm your bookie in a box. What can I tell you? I usually win that. But on the picks themselves, I went 70-63 against the spread on the season after a torrid start. You remember? Remember last year I was something like 27-9 against the spread to start the season? I cooled off. You guys were 69-64 for the year, which does not actually get you paid. My 70-63 was 52.6% for the year. I think the number is, I think you got to be 51.5% to cover the VIG. I mean, again, I'm here to teach you a little bit about sports betting. 52.6% was not great, a very small profit. On a 100-unit play, it costs you 110 units if you lose. You understand that, right? So on a 100-unit play, if you win, you make 100. If you lose, you pay 110. So if you bet 2 games on the weekend and you bet $10 on each game, right? So you win $10 on, and they split. You win $10 on the game you won and you lose $11 on the game you lost. So you lose $1. That's called the VIG. The vigorish. The juice. That's the money that the book makes. They make their money on the losers. So you got to stay ahead of that VIG, if you will. So on a 100-unit play, it costs you 110 units if you lose. So we, at 70-63, with our 70 wins, we would have been 7,000 to the good. But with our losses, our 63 losses, would have cost us 69.30 in losses. You understand that? Nod your head, Grizz. You understand it, right? Yeah. So we would have had a mere 70-unit profit. I mean, it's not worth the risk. It's not. It was not a good year. Not a great year. It's better than losing money. Beat the Big Dog will be followed by Steve Merril from ProSportsInfo.com with thoughts on big games this weekend and some thoughts on money management as well for you sports bettors. The Dodgers used Max Scherzer to sweep the Braves last night. But Atlanta did take a brief lead in the top of the 8th. Could not hold on to that. So they went 2-6 in this key 8-game stretch. Remember when I told you I was looking for 4-4 in this 8-game stretch against the Yankees, Giants, Dodgers. Well, they went 2-6 after being hot. Remember, they went into the Yankees series with a 9-game winning streak. So since that 9-game winning streak, they're 2-6. Now, they still have a 2-game lead over Philadelphia in the AL East. If they had done what I asked them to do, which was go 4-4, that's all I asked you to go 4-4. If they had done what I asked them to do, they would have a 4-game lead right now. But they don't. They have a 2-game lead. Now the Braves get a 13-game stretch against the Rockies, Nats, Marlins, and Rockies again. The Nats, Marlins, and Rockies are all at home before they head back to Cali to play the Giants. They're in Los Angeles, for God's sakes. Couldn't they just go up the coast and play the Giants and get it over with? Why do they got to fly all the way back to Atlanta? When I got to go to Colorado first, go to Denver, play the Stones, and then come home, play 9, and then go back to California. Who the hell's making this schedule? In any event, 13-game stretch against the Rockies, Nats, Marlins, and Rockies. These are teams that they are better than, significantly better than. Final 9 of those at home. My opinion, they need to run off a little 9-4 type run here to lock up the divisional, maybe even 10-3. Philadelphia has a very easy next 3 weeks. If you looked at Philadelphia's schedule. Now, they got the Brewers next. They got a game today against the Washington Nats. Then they got the Brewers next. That'll be tough at Milwaukee. After that, they're like the Cubs, Mets, then Orioles and Pirates. If they don't go 6-1 against the Orioles and Pirates, I'll be stunned. Those are the 2 worst teams in baseball, and the Cubs are right there with them. They're playing 3 of the worst teams in baseball over the next 3 weeks. So the Braves need to get busy right now. Over there in that little glass room, playing the Platters That Matter and the Stacks of Wax and keeping us on the air and gripping a little bit for those Braves right now. Just gripping a little bit. It's Coach Chris.
Do you know who I am? Who in the blue hell are you? I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together out of spit and pollen.
I'm telling you, there's an embarrassing press conference in that kid's future.
You don't ever say that to me. Bullcrap.
There won't be any misinformation. There won't be any false statements. There won't be any hearsay.
How come there ain't no Puerto Ricans on Star Trek?
You ask me those kind of questions, it really pisses me off.
Tom, can you get me off the hook? Roll Time's sake.
You ask a question every week that I don't know anything about.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
You do what everybody else in the media does, just create some and throw it on the wall and see what sticks.
I ain't gonna be buried. I want a taxidermist to stuff me.
Say hello to my little friend.
All right, Grizz, how you doing today, man?
Not good. I mean, the Braves can't win.
Yeah.
Get swept by the Dodgers. The Falcons lose the starting, was it right guard?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just...
You've been yakking all morning?
I've been yakking all morning. I think that was just some, like, late-night food.
I got something going on in my right eye. I don't know if you could...
Got a scratch, probably.
No. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. Can you see?
Hold on, I think I'm looking at the wrong one. There we go. Because it's a little faster on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll pop up on the Twitch.
I was watching Twitch in a second, yeah.
Yeah, it'll come up in the Twitch here in a second.
I didn't see anything, though, but I'm not a doctor.
Yeah. I was around a lot of pet dander last night. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
It looks red in that one side.
It is. It's red in that one side. All of a sudden, I started having something going on over there. And then to make matters worse, after my wife went to sleep last night on my shoulder, I watched the end of the Yankees game. You know, they had won.
Yeah.
And then she goes to sleep. What was I watching? I was watching something else. It was a football game. Oh, I had recorded the UAB game against Jacksonville State. That's what it was. So I was watching some of that. I was watching a little bit of high school football. So I was skipping around, and on FS1, Rudy. I hadn't seen Rudy. Rudy in a while.
It's actually been a while for me as well.
Been a while since I've seen Rudy. And here's the thing. It was at the point where the last scene. It was the last. They were in the locker room. They were just getting ready. They were in the locker room. His parents were coming in on the bus.
Oh, okay.
His buddy was coming in on the limo.
Yeah.
the guys were like, Rudy, you take us out there. So it was the last scene of Rudy, and I had a tear running down my eye over here. I had a tear going down, and I thought, am I crying because of Rudy, who was offsides, by the way? I think he was offsides. But
No, he was.
He
was offsides. No, they would have called it nowadays.
Yeah, no,
Rudy was offside.
He was offside.
The play would have happened, and then they would have thrown the flag, and then it would have been reviewed, and they
yeah,
or not reviewed. Was offside.
Yeah, he was offside. So anyway, but I didn't know if it was whatever it was. It started bothering my right eye, and I can't stop rubbing it. So it was either bothering my right eye or it was Rudy. It might have been Rudy that caused the tear to come down my eye. As you get older, you get a little bit more emotional. You get a little bit more emotional.
That's me when I watch the movie Big Daddy every single time.
Big Daddy?
With Adam Sandler. Yeah.
That chokes you up? Big Daddy's like a comedy.
Yeah. I wipe my own ass. Every time.
Big Daddy.
Every time that kid says that. I crack up. Maybe it's because I want to
up.
be like a dad like that. You know what I mean? I kind of want to be like the Adam Sandler type dad.
Well,
just no restrictions.
Yeah, there's a requirement. You got to find a woman.
Yeah, there is that.
Procreate.
That's probably why I cried, because I'm just like realizing that that's never going to happen. That's probably what's happening.
Well, no, you're a good-looking kid, and you got a halfway decent personality, and you're
for the
sports
most part,
talk radio star. I don't know why the hell you don't have yourself.
Because I don't go out. That's why.
Well, that's true. You got to leave. You got to meet somebody at work. And to be honest with you, your choices are like Moulton or Drew. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I wouldn't date them if I was gay. I wouldn't date
And everybody
those guys.
next door at Matheny Goldman's married, so it's like, well, I can't talk to anybody over there.
Yeah, I hear you. UAB 31-0 over Jacksonville State last night. Seen those two guys, those two buddies. It's hard to grade. UAB looked good, but they were playing down to Jacksonville State. So
I bet it's nice to be able to have your buddy coach a game. And then, I was watching them talk, before the game. I want a coach that, will just, really, look into the camera and just, go out of the box a little bit. Why do they always have to look so formal and just stand there and talk to each other? These are buddies.
Fraternity.
I know. I want to see these two buddies, mess with each other on the camera and everything.
They're like brothers.
Yeah. I just like seeing that. I think it's so cool when you can do that, because before the game, you're cutting up. You're like, look at this guy. Who's going to kill us tonight? Because especially if you're, the lesser opponent.
Yeah.
It's like, that you're going to lose to some of these guys, so you're like, well, who's going to kill us tonight? And it's not a negative towards your team or anything like that. It's just obviously your talent isn't as good, and clearly you're not, in the same conference or the same realm as, that other opponent. So,
are you geeked up to watch? I mean, it's a full slate of college football tonight. A full, let's see, 3, 4, 5, about 15 games tonight. In college football, 3 or 4 of which are available to you on normal level of internet.
Yeah.
No, TV. Normal platform of your cable TV system or your dish or whatever. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you. You have that YouTube TV. You got the YouTube TV. So tonight, we have got on ESPN at 6 o'clock, Boise State at UCF, and Gus Malzahn's opener as the UCF coach. I'm interested in that. I mean, I will be front and center, Boise State and UCF on ESPN at 6. That's on your YouTube TV, right?
Yeah, that will definitely be on my YouTube TV, without a doubt.
So the YouTube TV, so you'll get that one. Now, I get ESPN 3 as well through my TV. So I can watch the Long Island University at Florida International game if I want. Probably won't watch that game. Wagner at Buffalo on ESPN3. Probably not watching that game. But I will have Boise State, UCF. I am interested in that. And then it gets real at 7 o'clock. 2 games to bounce back and forth between. Ohio State at Minnesota. Number 4 team in the country, Ohio State, opening up on a Thursday night. This is on regular Fox TV. Do you get that?
Yes, I do. That will definitely be on. I mean, I can watch that in the other. I got the satellite too, so it'll be. I got the bunny ears, so I'll be good.
Okay, all right. So that's on regular Fox. Ohio State and Minnesota. I like Minnesota with the points. I got to tell you, I like Minnesota with the points. I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot. We'll ask Steve Merril about that later on. And of course, Bowling Green at Tennessee on the SEC network. And I'm interested in that because it's an SEC game. And it's Tennessee, and let's see what they look like with Joe Milton at quarterback. Will you have that? Do you have the SEC network?
Oh, yeah. I got ACC, SEC, and I believe I still have Big Ten.
If you got the ACC network, then you will get South Florida and NC State. Not a terrible game.
No.
On the ACC network at 6:30, and on the Big Ten network, Temple is at Rutgers, which is a little, New Jersey, Pennsylvania neighborhood type deal. Temple and Rutgers, I bet, aren't 30 miles apart. Philadelphia to Rutgers.
Yeah.
$30 or $40. We'll put the crack research team in that. 30 or 40 miles apart. I bet Temple and Rutgers are within 50 miles of each other. I just keep expanding it. Just keep making it bigger and bigger. So that's your night of college football tonight. And if you're really a whack job, if you're really all ate up with it, on the Pac-12 network tonight at 9:30 Central Time, Arizona State, which is ranked number 25 in the country, so that's the top 25 team, Arizona State hosting Southern Utah. I didn't even know Southern Utah had a team. I don't know. I know about Southern Utah.
62 miles, by the way.
62 miles between less than an hour. Of course, it's New Jersey, so in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it'll take
so
like 2 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, it says it takes roughly 2 hours to get there.
Yeah. So we've got all that. Big night tomorrow night, too. Best game tomorrow night is probably the North Carolina Va-Tech game, Michigan State and Northwestern. You got a double dip tomorrow night. North Carolina at Virginia Tech, followed by Michigan State at Northwestern. And then Saturday is just totally overload. Gosh, Saturday, if I'm stacking my game Saturday, Penn State, Wisconsin at 11. Probably jumping into, that should take me right up into the Alabama-Miami game, which will take me right into the Clemson-Georgia game. So those are like the premium games. And then you have many games that you can like back those up with, because commercial breaks, halftime, things like that you want to watch. Might watch a little bit LSU, UCLA as well. I think that's one that'll be there too. All right, let me get... Did you say Smokey Mike? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm trying to think. What's he talking about? Smokey Mike! Welcome to the show. How are you?
Big Dog. It feels like fall out here doing a little bit of cutting.
They're beautiful, isn't it?
Tape later. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
I've got a problem, though. I've got this Team 2 sitting in the DFL, and it's the only one that hadn't been claimed by an owner yet. And, I would love to put the whole, draft in and players and all that, but I need this guy who owns Team 2 to come in.
Team 2? Why aren't our Team 1? How did I get to be Team 2? Because I was a first draft pick. You're Team 1. Okay. Yeah, it's time for Beat the Big Dogs to, what's my team called? Big Dog? Big Dogs? It's time for the Big Dogs to get into the fantasy league because other people are harassing me.
You're the only one left.
Yeah, we got like a week and a half. What are you going to do?
Dirty Dave even texted me this morning asking me if I put stuff in.
What are they? What's the rush? We don't have a game for a week. What did they look at? Somebody looking to trade for Cam Newton or something? What the hell's the rush?
I got J.K. Dobbins as one of my starting running backs.
Just put Gus Edwards as your other running back. It's fine.
Actually, I did draft him, too.
There you go. You're set.
You linked them? You cuff linked them or whatever they call that?
Yeah.
All right. So I gotta go in. What do I have to do? Do I have to just accept my team or something?
Go into the email that I sent you and accept
the email.
Team, please.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I did not get an email.
You did because I sent it to Thom at TomAbraham.com.
Thom at TomAbraham.com. Did you
now
spell my name
everybody's
right?
going to email him. Everybody was calling him last week.
My email is up there. You can email me at Thom at TomAbraham.com. I'm fine with that. You can email me.
Everybody was calling you last week. Now everybody's going to be emailing you.
No, don't call me. Don't call me. Did they fix that? Don't call me.
Yeah, that got fixed. Don't give Thom a call unless he knows you.
Mike, I'm looking.
What, Mike?
Can I call the text line?
I'm looking here, Mike, and I got to tell you, I don't see the email. Oh, wait a minute.
I'll resend it to you when I get to the studio to produce the drive tonight, all right?
Bill is, my Xfinity bill is ready to view. Peter Brooks sent me the Nashville Sounds pregame notes. I don't need that. Trash Pandas are back in business tonight. That's good. Friends night. I don't know what that means, but you dress like somebody from Friends?
Yeah, they have like a special T-shirt that's
if you were to be somebody from
trash.
Friends, Mike, who would you be?
Who, me?
Yeah, you're Mike. I'm asking you. You're the only Mike here. I mean, you know.
I'd probably be a Chandler. Chad's a Ross.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
I'm going to kick you right in the groin, Mike.
I'm a total nerd.
You found it!
Oh, yeah, I've had that. So you would be Chandler? Did you say Chandler Bing? The neurotic one?
Yeah, I'd be Chandler Bing.
Oh, God. And who would you be, Grizz?
He said I would be Ross, and I didn't disagree with him.
You would be Ross.
I wouldn't be Joey, that's for sure.
And I'm Joey. I mean, let's be honest, right? I'm the entertainer. I'm the Italian. I would be Joey. So I'm Joey.
Yeah.
Grizz is Ross. And Smokey Mike would be Chandler Bing. All right, who would you date? Of the 3 girls, who would you want to date?
I'd probably go Monica.
Chad?
Oh,
if
Phoebe.
you could ever get a date.
Phoebe.
Phoebe?
She's hilarious. I like a girl that can make me laugh.
So neither of you would take Jennifer Aniston.
Nope.
I gotta be honest,
Nah.
I'd take
No,
Monica.
I'd rather
Maybe
take
now.
Jennifer Aniston in Horrible Bosses.
Maybe now. Yeah, maybe now, not then.
I don't know.
Oh, I want Jennifer Aniston from The Leprechaun.
Oh, Lord.
You remember that
Do me
movie?
a favor when Steve gets on, by the way?
Or Leprechaun, whatever it's called.
No, I didn't see that.
You don't remember that? That was like one of her first movies.
Oh,
Brandon wants to know. So the big dog isn't going to the Alabama game. No, I did not get credentialed. They limited the press box, and I did not get credentialed, which kind of pissed me off a little bit, but not
before
too
I
much.
start cutting, Big Dog, could you do me one favor?
What?
When Steve gets on, I've got 2 $16 plays for the race this weekend on DFS. Could you ask him for some long shots, please?
For the race. Long shots for the race for Steve. Okay, I got to remember that. Grizz, help me remember that. Long shots
for the race.
Steve.
I'm writing it down now and listening.
Shots for race. What do you have, $16 plays? Is that what you said?
I got 2 $16 plays that I only spent $3 for.
Oh, okay.
I won satellites. So
where are they this
I want
week?
to get some
I don't even know where they are. Are they Michigan? Where are they?
Darlington.
Oh, Darlington. That's
Labor Day.
right. Damn. When are they running at? Sunday?
Sunday night.
Oh, good. Because there's only one football game on Sunday then. Okay, good. When is the Notre Dame? What am I asking you for? I'm the one that's got the schedule.
That's Sunday.
I know. Is there a day though, or is that at night? Let me just see.
It's like 7 o'clock.
6:30 at night. So it's going to be on the same time as the race. Damn it. Yeah, I'll be watching that game first and then the race. All right. Good job by you, Mike.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Send me an email. I don't think I have the email. I don't have the invite. Grizz? I thought I did.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to make sure the spelling was right. I know that one of the group members in the Undertaker League, I thought it was an E and it was an O, and so he didn't get it at first. But everybody else, we're ready. Our Undertaker League is ready to go.
The Undertaker League is ready. I'm in the Bama Zach.
You know, I actually like doing it. Like, if I could have all my friends come to like an event, right. I actually like doing it the write down way, because putting in each individual player is actually very easier than just trying to get everybody to for a draft.
The live draft is fantastic.
Yeah, like it's a lot easier than getting everybody like to do a draft, and if anybody's phone like craps out or whatever, like you can always change it. But I'd rather do it like offline like that from now on. I don't know, but we'll never have everybody here, so.
I do not have the email. I just went and looked again. I went back to August 24th. I do not have an email. So there. Mike.
How you doing?
There. Give me crap.
I'm going to kick you right in the groin, Mike.
Yeah. Give me crap.
How you doing?
Yeah. All right, let's get a break. That's the Joey. How you doing? That's not the.
Oh, you need like a
No.
You need like a Fonzie type? You want like a Fonzie? How you doing?
No, I want like I got the one like that I use. You know what I mean?
I know. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing? I don't even know where it is anymore. I mean, it's in here somewhere. I got so many pages of crap on this thing, but I don't know where it is. All right, let me get a break. When we come back, TOC Prep Preview is coming up next. We're talking about high school games right after this. It's the Thom Abraham Show, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Simple Green is perfect for making your auto, RV, cycling, boating, and other sporting equipment look like new. Visit them at simplegreen.com.
Major League Baseball, the Atlanta Braves head to Denver to take on Colorado. The over-under at Coors Field is 11. Atlanta on the money line, minus 111. Colorado, minus 122. Other games this afternoon, Detroit taking on Oakland with an over-under of 8.5. The Athletics, minus 122. Detroit, minus 111. Also this afternoon, Milwaukee taking on San Francisco. The Brewers, minus 111 on the money line. San Francisco, minus 122 with an over-under of 8.5. For vsin.com, I'm Tony Desiri, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Wes Neighbors sitting here with Ann Adams. Ann, I understand you have some exciting news.
Yes, Wes, I do. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services was just recognized in the 30th Annual Harris Poll Equitrend as the Real Estate Agency Brand of the Year and the most trusted real estate brand.
That is awesome news, Ann. You know, great companies in Huntsville, Alabama, winning awards is what we want. Is it a great time to list your home?
Yes, it is. The inventory is low and the market is heating up.
And I understand you're also looking for agents.
I am. We are so busy, Wes, we need agents to keep up with the demand.
Ann Adams and Rise Real Estate has been doing business in North Alabama for the last 35 years. If you want to do business with someone you can trust, she has been writing contracts since she was 9 years old. Call Ann today at 256-337-2625.
Maybe the air doesn't blow like it should, or it's needing new tires, or you're just ready for something newer. It's time to move up, time to trade up. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and it's the perfect time to trade in and trade up because your current car or truck is worth more than you know. In fact, we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't trade. We have nearly 100 Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned models to choose from. Our Ford Gold certified or low mileage, gently used vehicles with great warranties. They've passed a 172-point inspection by certified technicians, come with a 24-hour roadside assistance, plus a full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. It's the perfect time to trade in and trade up because your vehicle is worth more right now at Woody Anderson Ford. Corner of Jordan Lane and Sparkman Drive. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here. If you know me, you know I've been around a whole lot of championship teams. Well, there's one championship team in North Alabama I want to make sure you know about. The trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems. Rick Smith and his team provide the best in air conditioning solutions. So even on the hottest days, you'll be cool. Give Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and see how cool you can be. Environmental Comfort Systems. Alabama license number 92314.
Land ho! hey, seriously, land ho, guys. Guys, land ho! Land ho! Right there!
The tides can turn quick on the water. Progressive's boat insurance has you covered with Sign and Glide on-water towing. Get a quote today in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com.
I gotta say, this land ho thing, not very effective.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Sign and Glide coverage is subject to policy terms.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Jesus tells us to go the second mile. Well, sometimes it's hard enough to go the first mile. But when the Lord is number one in our lives, we not only go the first mile, but we embrace the second mile. We can talk all we want about Jesus and how important he is to us, but we show it in the second mile. In the second mile, the world has changed. In the second mile, the difference is made. In the second mile, the lost world sees Christ in us. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church. We're smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison. And check us out at cpcfamily.org.
In 2 years, you can have a career that makes sense for you. Skill up and earn a living working with your hands. Or work on the front line of computer information systems and cybersecurity. Get a degree that lets your healing heart take care of people. Help design and manufacture the most advanced cars, machinery, or even aerospace components. In just 2 years, great careers are within your reach at Drake State Community and Technical College. Visit drakestate.edu to apply.
From the WZDX Pinpoint Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Emily Owen. For this Thursday, expect plenty of sunshine. High temperatures will be topping out in the lower 80s for the afternoon, and it looks like we've got another dry day in store for us for your Thursday night. Expect mostly clear skies, low temperatures falling into the lower 60s, and we could see gusty winds as high as 15 miles per hour. I'm meteorologist Emily Owen on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Football season is here.
It is in the air. It has missed it. It's good.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is Paul Feinbaum. Listen to me coming up today at 2. Now back to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. Segment of the show brought to you by TOCSports. Remember, with TOCSports, well, if you're at your doctor, I didn't even notice till a couple of weeks ago. If you're at your doctor and they want to refer you to an orthopedic, you have the ability to tell your doctor, "Hey, I want to go to TOCSports. I want to go see one of the docs at TOCSports." You could say a specific doctor, or you can just say, "Please refer me to TOCSports," and they will do that. Now, it's probably they're going to do it anyway. I mean, that's probably who else are going to refer you to. But you can ask if you need to. You can go ahead and ask for that. It's time for the TOC prep preview, and first, just looking back, some outstanding performances last week. I mean, the Crutcher kid of Grissom at a game that Grizz was, I think, at 11 of 13 for 205 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game, 58, 40, and 80-yard touchdowns in that game as they got over on Lee Huntsville to get to 1-1 going into their big game against Huntsville tomorrow night. And then how about the Hatcher kid over at Buckhorn? He got the winning two-point conversion at 114 yards rushing. He completed 9 of 18 passes for 85 yards against Bob Jones. Bob Jones now, Madison Bowl tomorrow night. They got to go against James Clemens, and I just was stunned by the score there as Gio Lopez, the quarterback at James Clemens, 267 yards and 5 touchdowns. He only played 2 quarters in a 47-7 win over Athens, 10 of 13 for 249. I mean, it 4 touchdowns. It's just absolutely crazy. Joining us now from TOC is Tom Perkins. Tommy is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Tom, welcome back. How are you, man?
Good morning, Tom. Thanks for having me back. How are you?
I am fantastic. We talked last week about it. Buckhorn and Bob Jones. It had been 10 years, I think, since Buckhorn had beaten Bob Jones, and sure enough, they got it done. You said you thought that Buckhorn would be scrappy in that game. They get the 18-17 win, and, what a night for those folks.
I'm glad you brought that up because I've been thinking about it for a week now, about how I said it and how I thought I got a little pushback on the idea that Buckhorn was a hard place to play. But, when I saw that 18-17 pullout game, there's something about what I said that I felt like kind of came home. Now, transitioning that, you've got Buckhorn on a high heading into the Cotton Bowl, or the Cotton Classic, we should call it, rather, against Hazel Green, both 2-0. That's exciting. And then you've got sort of the antithesis kind of going with the Madison Bowl with James Clemens and Bob Jones. One seems to be going in a different direction than the other. And but as everybody always says, when you get the rivalries together, who knows what can happen.
I was stunned by the James Clemens Athens score. Not that James Clemens beat Athens, but after Athens had won that game the way they won last week, for James Clemens to put the hammer down on him the way they did was amazing. And, James Clemens ranked number 8 in 7A. They got to be a big favorite in this one here. They won last year 54-28. How the worm has turned in this game. I mean, this used to be something, Clemens couldn't get over on Jones, and now all of a sudden they have last year, and then now it looks like it would take a huge, huge effort out of the Bob Jones kids, and probably a couple of they're probably going to have a couple of turnovers, 2 or 3 extra turnovers, maybe to have a chance against this James Clemens team.
Certainly lucky bounces. I was at the James Clemens Athens game on Friday, and Athens stormed out. Their quarterback, who we talked about, the talented young man at behind center, he led the team down through a nice floater down the middle. Probably, I think it was about a 50-yard pass play, and Athens runs out on top 7-0, and you just kind of feel like this. Okay, Athens came to play, but James Clemens, they've got composure. They're steady. They're patient. Their quarterback running back tandem is very, very difficult to contain. Before long, it was 7-7, 14-7, and by the time I left after the 30-minute lightning delay at the end of the first quarter, I was in the parking lot pulling out, heading towards Milton Frank, and James Clemens had just scored again to make it 25-7. So this team is very powerful. They're very explosive. They're very patient. They're disciplined. And after Bob Jones, snagged the first 6 meetings, I don't see how this is James Clemens. How this isn't their game to take home. They're a powerful, prepared team. Bob Jones coming in a little limping. That 1-point loss. All you can do is just sort of pull your bootstraps up and kind of collect yourself and hope you can at least make a showing. Show some development, show some progress. It won't be the end of the world starting the season 0-2, but if anybody that knows anything about Madison and this rivalry, this stuff lasts a long time. So this game means a lot. So I expect both teams to just pull out all punches to make sure that they do everything to win this game, because it means that much to both of them.
And James Clemens is 2-0 for the first time since they started in 2012. So they're off to a quick start.
That's hard to believe.
Isn't that something? Yeah, because they've had some good teams in there.
Hard to believe.
Well, here's why it's hard. Here's why. They play this game early in the year every year, and Bob Jones dominated it, right?
Always, yes.
For like 5 or 6 years, Bob Jones dominated this game. So James Clemens was always getting tagged with a loss, early on in the year. I wish this was a season ender. I don't know why, and I don't know why I say that, because a lot of times I like to have a rivalry game, early. But this has a little bit of a Iron Bowl feel to it. I kind of wish this was the last game of the season.
I think it could. I think you could very much put it down there at the end of the season. I look at high school football and the way that the schedules are put out. I'm not really sure how coaches, AD, schools look at this and say, all right, it would be better in the early part of the season or the middle part of the season or later part of the season. Maybe they look at it in terms of helping them with their overall record, their region record, whatever the case is. I'm like you, though. I think your rivalries, just like in college football, should wait to the end.
Yeah.
Particularly one that's separated by 3 miles as the crow flies. Come on.
Right, same stadium, all that. Of course, they played over at A&M last year because they wanted to spread the peeps out. But it'd be really cool. If this is a competitive game, we'll see how that thing rolls out. You mentioned the Cotton Classic as well with Buckhorn and Hazel Green, and Hazel Green was 2-0 last year when this game was played. The Bucks won that one 43-7. And Buckhorn's off to a good start. Obviously, this year finally getting a win against Bob Jones. It's got to be a competitive game. I like Buckhorn in the game, though.
I do too. Even at Hazel Green, however, it's hard to look at this rivalry and think that Buckhorn has a 15-game lead in the overall rivalry of this thing. That they were so far ahead.
Yeah.
Hazel Green, though, with Joel Schrenk there, I mean, those guys, they're young. They've had some issues with some quarantine, some COVID, and so on and so forth. Trying to put a good team together. They're 2-0, so they've managed to put some things together. Having this game at home will be a huge, huge help. Will it be enough to overcome Buckhorn? I'm not so I don't know. I really don't know. But if they do, I mean, they'd get their first 3-0 start in 30 years.
That's crazy.
Hard to believe that.
I was going to say 20. I was going to say 20 years, but my math is bad. I mean, 30. How was 1991 30 years ago? That doesn't make any
I know,
sense.
right?
1991, 30. It'd be like when your grandfather used to talk about it. Well, I remember 30 years ago. Like 1991. It's like 5 years ago. Come on, 1991. Are you kidding me?
Hey,
30 years.
That was the 50s to me. Come on.
Oh, my God. I mean, that's just absolutely crazy. Now,
yeah,
and then, of course, Grissom and Huntsville. Grissom beat Lee. Huntsville, has taken 2 losses, but they played 2 powerhouses out of the Birmingham area, and that's over at Milton Frank. So when you get a game like that, when like Grissom and Huntsville or the Madison Bowl with James Clemens and Bob Jones, is there TOC trainers on both sidelines, or is there one doctor that kind of serves that is there, in case anything happens to handle both teams? How does that happen when there are 2 TOC teams playing against each other?
Well, let me be clear about one thing. When we have big rivalries, they mean as much to everyone as they do just to the football players. It's not just the students. It's not just the parents. It's the athletic trainers. It's the team physicians. It's the administrators. It's everybody. So to answer your question, yes, for this one, yes, we will be in full force. That's not different for any other game, but for this one in particular, I think you're going to see a good showing from everybody. And, of course, you'll have the strong support from the athletic trainers from Huntsville Hospital and the orthopedic docs from TOC on each side, both caring for Grissom and Huntsville. And I was talking to your boy Chad, and it's funny, Tom, because I've lived here long enough. I remember plenty of seasons where going to the Huntsville-Grissom game meant you got to get there early, or if you got there late, you were parking on the street.
Yeah.
On Bob Wallace, you would have to hoof it to get to this game because both sides were packed to the gills, to the rim. It was the rivalry of rivalries. Now, I don't know where the gumption, where the spark of the spirit of the rivalry has kind of gone. I think the key to the rivalry is always
I don't
there.
know. I don't know. After last year, remember last year they ended up not playing, not because of COVID, but they didn't play because of, quote, inappropriate social media posts. Remember, there was some nastiness going on. So I think this could be a thing. I think there's going to be a big crowd there coming off of what happened last year and them not playing last year because there was some trash talking going on.
I know. I would really hate to see any of that really kind of be the focal point of this particular game. Yeah, that was a nasty experience. I think that was shameful and a bit of a black eye for both organizations. I think this was something that really was not hopefully a learning experience and not much to look back on it in pride, but more of, hey, let's put that aside. Let's focus more on what we've got. Yeah, could it provide more motivation? I think anything can provide motivation. You make a shirt that says, Grissom is going to lose. That's enough motivation to get the football team going nuts. So, I think when you get a high level of this rivalry, I think anything could be a catalyst.
I just noticed that this week's Tom Perkins picture is not the picture with the with the suit on. This could be a bit, Grizz. You got to come up with a different Tom Perkins picture every week when Tom joins us for the TOC Sports Prep Preview. I'm looking at this week's Tom Perkins picture.
You're killing me with this stuff.
You're on a wakeboard behind one of them god awful wake boats on a wakeboard, throwing up the the white snake thing or whatever with your fingers. I don't know what the hell you're doing there. Yeah.
That's rock and roll, baby. That was about a month ago. That was my first time wakeboarding, and of course I picked it up so naturally.
Did you ski? Had you been a skier in the past, or no?
Honestly, I'm not a skier, but I learned how to ski on a board. I just learned. I was a goofy foot skateboarder growing up, and I just learned how to snowboard and wakeboard with 2 feet. So this was the first time I had actually done boat wakeboarding. I had done like skiing type of skiing, but not wakeboarding before. Believe me, it was a lot different.
Well, the next thing is to drop the surfers. Right. The next thing is to drop the rope. Right. I mean, to do it without the rope to surf that wake.
Yeah. Exactly. And my next time around, I'm going to try and do that. And if I do that, I'll ask them to take the picture real quickly because I'll probably go down pretty fast.
That's fantastic. Is that on Gunnersville? Where is that at? Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, that's outside. That was right outside of Decatur, the marina right there at the bridge.
Oh, that's on. So you're talking about that's over at Wheeler then. You're talking about Ingalls Harbor.
Yeah, we're over at Wheeler. Yeah, we're right
Wheeler.
outside of
Ingalls Harbor.
Gosh, yeah, right.
Ingalls Harbor. Yeah, the beautiful ramp there at Ingalls Harbor. Yeah. Good stuff.
And what's the big park place over there at Decatur? It's just.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It lost my mind.
Well, that's what happens when you can remember 30 years ago. That's what happens is that now you forget stuff that happened like 10 minutes ago. You can't remember that, but you can remember 30 years ago.
That's just how it goes, doesn't it?
Exactly.
That's how it goes.
All right,
I think this is a great week. I think this is a great week of high school football. We also have college football starting. I think this is a great week to really kind of pump things up and get that spirit of football going. I encourage everybody to go out and support your local high schools. Go watch a high school football game. Pay the $5 to get in and support your kids. Watch some good athletics. And don't forget, TOC Huntsville Hospital. We have our Friday night injury clinic tonight from 8 to 11 o'clock at the Huntsville Pediatric ER. For any bumps and bruises that happen tonight, they can't wait. We're here for you. We're here on the sidelines. We're all around. Man, I love this segment. Love talking to you. And again, go support the high school kids, man. Scholastic Athletics is where it's at.
Now, is it open tonight, too, or tomorrow night, you're saying? You're talking about tomorrow night.
No, it's tonight. Oh, tomorrow night. Excuse me. Tomorrow night. Friday
it's
night.
Thursday,
Friday
Tom.
Night.
It feels like Friday,
know,
but it's Thursday. Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm excited because my Vols are playing tonight. You know,
they are.
I'll hopefully get a victory tonight, and I'll just relish this one for the next 14 weeks.
35-point favorites. You're 35-point favorites. You better win the game.
I don't like that. Like that. That's too much.
Josh Heupel will be one and done. If he doesn't win this, it won't be one season and done. He's probably be one game and done if he doesn't win this game tonight.
No kidding, man.
Bowling Green is bad.
Jeez.
It's a bad Bowling Green team.
They are.
All right, man. I appreciate you as always.
Likewise, brother. Have a great weekend. Take care, everybody.
I bet. Thank you. Tom Perkins. All right, we'll get a break in here. They're 35. I'm going to ask Steve Merril about that game. That game, the line went up 8.5 points. Bowling Green is awful. I mean, they're really bad. All right, we'll be back. Wrap up hour number 1. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
TOCSports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOCSports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOCSports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now, and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played.
Tired of the same old menu options everywhere you go? Then you need to try Metro Diner in Huntsville and Madison. The award-winning Metro Diner serves up signature dishes like their Charleston shrimp and grits, famous fried chicken and waffles with strawberry butter, and lots more. Their entire menu is available anytime, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And stop by for brunch on Saturday or Sunday and enjoy the lowest price mimosas in town. Airport Road, Huntsville, and Highway 72 in Madison. In diner or at home, make it Metro Diner.
Guys, when we were 20, we never had to worry about spontaneity. And now that we've gotten older, spontaneity has been replaced with pills and injections. We're just trying to keep that intimacy, but it's taken away from spontaneity. At Advanced Life Clinic, we now offer GainsWave, which uses sound waves to non-invasively treat this issue with no need for pills or injections. Just give us a call, 256-888-9367, or check us out online, advancedlifeclinic.com.
Two Maids and a Mop. That's all you need to know to clean house. Two Maids and a Mop is an award-winning company, bonded and insured. Hire them for yourself, or they have gift cards if you want to make someone else's day. Find out more online at twomaidshuntsville.com. A maid service worth talking about. Two Maids and a Mop take care of everything. They supply all the cleaning equipment needed. Call 256-883-6243. The only finger you'll need to lift is the one to call them.
Nothing beats a great burger to celebrate Labor Day weekend. And at Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, we couldn't agree more. And if you haven't tried our chef-inspired expressions of pure burger amazingness, then head on down and try one of Bad Daddy's award-winning burgers now. Our delicious burgers are made with premium Angus beef, and you can pair it with one of our signature cocktails or a cold craft beer. Celebrate Labor Day weekend and let us do the cooking with a trip to Bad Daddy's Burger Bar on the Parkway between Bob Wallace and Governors.
Roll Tide, War Eagle, and yeah, you, the Vols fan. We got it all covered on the Thom Abraham Show.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Welcome back. All right, coming up at the top of the hour, it's time for Beat the Big Dog, the first Beat the Big Dog of the year. So we're looking for one caller, one person to get in and play Beat the Big Dog. And you can't start calling till the end of the segment. Now, again, in Beat the Big Dog, what I've got in front of me, I have 6 games in front of me right now. And the way this is going to work is I am going to go, we're going to alternate. You're going to have the opportunity if you want to go first on the first game or the second game. And we're going to alternate our picks down through these games. I'm looking at these games right now. I think they're good games. And they're all games that you're going to want to watch over the weekend, so you'll be able to kind of follow along. And if you can beat me, we're going to hook you up with food at Bad Daddy's. Now, here's the thing about Bad Daddy's. Tomorrow, you have the opportunity to buy Bad Daddy's, $50 worth of Bad Daddy's for $25 on our zone deals. So you're going to want to take advantage of that. Bad Daddy's goes fast. So you're going to want to jump on that one quickly. But you're going to have the chance to win a $25 Bad Daddy's gift certificate for $0, but you have to beat me. I got beat 7 times last year. In 22 weeks, I got beat 7 times. I'm also going to give you Grizz to help you with your picks. So right now, dial it up. 256-576-4977. Caller number 3 plays Beat the Big Dog. Caller number 3, 256-576-4977 to play Beat the Big Dog. Next, right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
In today's real estate market, you need the right professionals to help make sure your home purchase is smooth and hassle-free. That's where Jacob Title comes in. Stan McDonald and the staff at Jacob Title cater to the realtor and clients who are looking for a top-flight closing experience. Jacob Title uses the latest and best technologies to ensure a safe and secure exchange of funds, and they pride themselves on great communication well before and during the real estate closing process. Jacob Title in Huntsville and Madison, and online at jacobtitle.com. If you're ready to lower your utility bills, it's time to call Eagle Insulation. Eagle can handle it all. Attic re-insulation, insulation removal, wall insulation, and new construction insulation, commercial and residential. Our primary goal is to save you money, and lots of it. Typical clients realize their return on investment within 3 to 6 months. That means the re-insulation actually pays for itself and then some. See if we can help you. Contact Eagle Insulation today, 256-755-1556, or log on insulatewitheagle.com. Everybody knows the fun begins when you get to the end zone, where you can enjoy half-price apps every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, half-price burgers every Tuesday, plus late-night pizza specials and a spectacular menu that includes jumbo wings, half-pound burgers, Tex-Mex, and an incredible selection of craft beer, and plenty of big-screen TVs. It's all happening at the end zone, 1851 University Drive, 2030 Cecil Ashburn at Jones Valley Station, and coming in early 2022, Mid-City End Zone at 1115 McMurtry next to the Target Shopping Center.
Brooks & Collier has always been about making the most of your outdoors. Our lush greenhouse and new furniture ideas will inspire you, but we're also about value. Our brands are so handsome, they'll make themselves comfortable inside or out, and so well made, they'll weather the weather for many years to come. Our staff can consult you on the right choices, and Lucy for sure can show us the sofa that's the most comfortable. Make the most of your outdoors. Meridian Street and at brooksandcollier.com.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Here's what's happening. Receiver CeeDee Lamb among 3 Cowboys players activated from the reserve COVID-19 list today, according to ESPN's Todd Archer. Lamb hasn't taken part in a full practice with quarterback Dak Prescott since the middle of August. Cowboys kick off the season 1 week from tonight at Tampa Bay against the defending champion Buccaneers. 2 days before his top-ranked Alabama team kicks off its national title defense against number 14 Miami, Coach Nick Saban joined Keyshawn J. Will and Zubin. Among the topics he discussed, the team's new starting quarterback, Bryce Young. What helped Young win the starting job, according to Saban, his consistency, accuracy, how to move in the pocket, and solid decision-making. Cristiano Ronaldo released today from the Portugal squad 6 days earlier than originally scheduled. He's on course to make his second Manchester United debut on September 11th.
And now, another out-of-context moment from the Thom Abraham Show that sounds dirty.
I was actually trained as a plumber, so I know my way around a pipe here and there.
Stay tuned for more from Thom on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live, here he is, the big dog.
Let's go, baby!
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like Elle McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my lawn. I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
Yeah, welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Thom Abraham Show. This segment brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford. The service department at Woody Anderson Ford is second to none. And when you get in there and you see it, you're going to realize just how comfortable you're going to feel. You're going to be confident that you're getting your service done right, whether it's just a regular routine service or whether you need to have something repaired. They can get it done. Doesn't matter if it's a Ford or not. They will get it done for you properly, quickly. And you know what? They're good people. They're nice people. I mean, they're nice people. Service lanes are incredible. I mean, it's like if the place, not open on Sunday, right? So the service lanes Monday through Saturday, and then on Sunday you can have like a wedding in there. That's how nice it is in there. I mean, it's really sweet. Check out Woody Anderson Ford. Make your appointment today for that.
You know, there are rules to success, my friend. Rule number 1 is know what you don't know, and know that I gotta know everything to know as soon as you know.
Oh, baby, that can only mean one thing. It's time for our first Beat the Big Dog of the season. And all I ask is that you don't be a lemon. You know what I mean? You don't want to be a lemon.
I don't know how to say this without sounding a little rude, but you're a lemon.
Be a lemon. So, I don't know how Shane Sean did last year. I think it's kind of fitting that he be the first one to get in this year. He might have been early in last year. I don't remember how he did last year. He might have been one of the 7 guys that beat me. He might not have been one of the 7 guys that beat me, but he is our first contestant of the year, and he joins us now. Sean, welcome to the show, brother. How are you?
I'm good. I can remind you of that. Against you, I am 2-0.
You know, everybody seems to say that, but then when I go back and I look at the records, I mean, are you sure that you beat me last year?
I'm 100% positive.
Okay. All right.
The first year I was the very first caller, the very first one. I'd never even heard of it. I just had started listening to the show.
Right.
I never even heard of Beat the Big Dog. You just said beat caller number whatever, and I was. I beat you that time, and I won the tickets to the Music City Bowl. And then last year, I won, I want to say it was a Nick's Restaurant or something because of COVID.
Right. We didn't have the tickets for the Music City Bowl last year. I'm working on that this year. I probably will have them this year. Now, Mark is the one that you beat to get in. He was caller number 2, and he said Mark thinks that he beat me 2 last year. So, maybe you guys. Look, 7 people won. All right, I believe you.
I am 2-0 against you.
All right, well, you're going to be 2-1 after this week. I just want you to know that.
If I do, I do.
Yeah. Well, just be prepared to be 2-1. All right. So I just want you to know that. And if I beat you, you have to give me the GPS coordinates for your best spots at Gunnersville for the fall. There you go.
If you beat me, I will give you an all expenses paid trip down to Lake Gunnersville on a guided trip. How about that?
I'll follow you around in my boat.
That's fine.
I'll follow you.
You don't want to ride in my lowly Phoenix, then you just go right ahead.
What do you mean your lowly Phoenix? I have a Phoenix. What's wrong with your?
I know, but you don't want to ride. You don't want to ride in mine. So
what kind of Phoenix? What kind of Phoenix you got?
It's just a 19-foot.
I got my Phoenix. I got a Phoenix T-shirt on today.
I got the 19-foot with a 200 Yamaha.
Oh, you got the Yamaha on there, huh?
Yeah.
Mine's got the. Motor. Yeah. I've
always owned Mercury's. This is my first Yamaha, and I'm actually digging it and loving it.
That's good. I know Yamaha's a good motor.
I run that. A lot better gas mileage.
I don't know. My Mercury, I got the 225 4-stroke, 8-cylinder. And the mileage I get with that thing is amazing. I can't believe, compared to the old 2-strokes, I can't believe the difference in the mileage.
My first boat had a Johnson 150, and I swear that thing drank 3 times as much gas as this 200 does.
Yeah, mine's a 20-footer. It's a couple of years old now. It still feels like it's new. I don't even get out once a week.
Year.
Huh?
I got it last year.
No, I got it 2 years ago, October.
No.
I think so. This ain't the first.
You got it last year because I called you and when you said you just picked it up and we was talking about it.
No, you believe that was 2 years ago, October.
I'm sorry. You got it in October, so I guess that would have been
2 years ago, October.
But it's still basically a year old.
Yeah, well, it feels that way. My Ultrex feels like it's 10 years old. It's in the shop again. My Ultrex, the foot pedal on my Ultrex went twice in the last 6 months.
You've had a lot of trouble out of that, right?
I've had 3 different things. My Ultrex is less than 2 years old. I've had 3. I don't want to bash them too much because Humminbird is one of my sponsors, but I don't know, Dakota. I don't know why I've had this problem with this Ultrex. I have no idea why. So
let's get on this Beat the Big Dog.
Do you want to pick first on the first game or on the second game?
I'll let you pick first this time.
All right, so this is the way this will work. You'll get to hear Grizz's picks. This is my secret weapon, is having Grizz give you guys picks too, because then that'll screw you up. You know what I mean? When he gives the pick, you know what I mean? It'll screw you up a little bit. All right, our first game that we're picking here, I'll pick first, then Grizz, and then you, and then Grizz will pick for you on the second game, and so on. All right, so here we go. On the first game, Penn State, 11 o'clock on Saturday, because that's always when Wisconsin plays on Saturday in the Big Ten. ESPN. Penn State gets 5.5 at Wisconsin. This is a tough one for me because I'm a James Franklin fan. He's a friend, and I like him. I like Penn State getting to 5.5. Wisconsin's going to be tough at home. I think Wisconsin wins this football game, but I think it's a 24-21 type of football game. I am going to take James Franklin and the Nittany Lions in this one, Grizz. I got Penn State plus 5.5. What do you think?
Oh, man. Camp Randall is a hard place to play, and I like Wisconsin being the favorite right here. So I'm going to go Wisconsin and the points because I think Camp Randall is just a really hard place to play. I think they're going to be jumping around in the fourth quarter no matter what. I just think it's
true. They'll be jumping around.
Yeah, I think that what I expect to be a question mark is what Wisconsin has at quarterback because of Cohen going to Notre Dame.
All right, so he says Wisconsin. I say Penn State plus 5.5. What say ye, Shane Sean?
Well, I watched Penn State last year. I know it was a COVID year, but I'm gonna take Wisconsin.
No Micah Parsons either. He's in the NFL.
Yep. So you got whiskey on that one. All right. In our second game, Grizz, you now give your opinion first for Shane Sean. Miami gets 19.5 against Alabama. What do you think?
Whew. I think Nick Saban like never covers like the first game, so I'm going Miami.
All right, he says
I'm pretty
Nick
sure
Saban,
that's what I've heard before.
He
says
hardly
Nick
ever
Saban covers the first game.
Never covers the first game. So what
based on that
at 19.5? What say you, Shane Sean?
Roll Tide.
Yeah, actually, Grizz, Nick Saban never loses the first game.
There you go. But it never loses. But what about the cover? I mean, does it cover?
They have covered it 9 times out of.
They have covered.
They've covered. What was 2008? How many years ago is that? 11, 12 years ago now?
Yeah.
11 years ago. They've covered 10 out of the 11.
Okay, cool.
The only time they didn't cover, and I had this yesterday, which is what disturbs me sometimes, because I know you don't listen to the show.
I don't.
But remember we had this stat yesterday. It was the West Virginia game when they were a 12-point favorite and they won by 10. That's the only time they did not cover the Kickoff Classic game, the opening game. The only time was the West. We talked about that yesterday.
19.5 seems like a lot, though.
It does seem like a lot, and that's why I'm taking
Miami.
I am taking Miami on this one myself with the 19.5. It's too many points. Miami has a veteran quarterback, in Derek King. They have 19 of their 22 starters back. I think that they hang for a while. They may even lead early. I think Alabama wins this game. I'm worried about backdoor cover. Alabama could be up in this game by 24 points in the fourth quarter, and Miami chips one in late and covers, and Alabama wins by 18 or 17. 19.5 is a lot of points, so I am going to take Miami with the points. Roll Tide.
You know what I got to say about that, don't you?
Yeah.
All this if Miami kicks that, if this, if that. If Grandma would have had testicles, she'd have been Grandpa.
Wow.
All right, then.
What we know about with Alabama.
We keep the main thing, making sure that we keep the main thing, Keep the main thing, which is, football.
Football. But we know that the main thing. We get that. But they could still go out there and
roll all over their ass
and win by 17. Right? Who would not feel good if they won by 17? If they won this game 31-14, would you not be happy? If they won 31-14, you'd say, "Oh, they hammered them."
Yeah.
If we win 31-30, I'm happy.
I'm concerned if they win 31-30. But 31-14, and you say, "Oh man, he hammered them," and it's a 17-point. We don't cover.
I'm not like that. I don't like all these blowout games. I like a good game. I would rather Alabama lose 2 games in the season and not win the Natty, and give me a good game.
Yeah, occasionally, like once every 10 years. Don't even wash your mouth out. Don't even say that. You could be saying something like, lose 2 games in a year.
Me?
What is this?
2009? 2 years ago.
Was this 2010?
And I was perfectly happy because we had good games.
All I got to say.
Roll all over their ass.
That's all I got to say about that. I don't need no. Sometime after I'm dead, they can lose 2 games in a season. All right, in our third game, I'm picking first on this one. UGA gets 3.5 against Clemson in Charlotte. Neutral site game. Georgia at 3.5 points is what they get against Clemson. Isn't enough. This JT Daniels scares the hell out of me. After seeing him at SEC Media, I swear to God, he scares me to no end. Clemson with DJ, I promise I'd say his name right. Ugalele. Yeah, DJ Ungolele. DJ Ungolele. He played very well against Notre Dame. Damn it, I'm taking Georgia. I'm going to take Georgia here. I'm going to take Georgia here. I hope this lightweight JT Daniels doesn't prove me true. Grizz, what do you think?
You must have been listening to Jake Crane from the J-Boy Show on Talking Ball this morning because he was all over Georgia.
I promise you I was not. I can promise you.
He was all over Georgia and saying that they would win outright against Clemson. There was a lot of problems on Clemson's side of the defensive side of the ball that he was saying that could be the issue, and I'm gonna have to go with him because he seems pretty smart, and I'm gonna take Georgia.
Isn't he though a homer for Georgia?
Now he's like an Auburn homer.
They have They still have a stout defensive line.
Yeah.
Crane went to Auburn?
I think so. I don't know.
Did he go to Auburn?
I feel like Auburn's always associated with him in some sort of way.
Can't believe Drew has him on the show.
He is always on the Chuck Oliver show, and he definitely went to Auburn.
Yeah, he probably ended up.
Can't believe that Drew. I can't believe Drew puts him on the show.
I know, right?
I would listen. I wish I could listen to that show more. My problem is I'm doing show prep or I'm doing other things that, early in the morning.
Me too. I'm running the show.
And you're running the show, but I don't get to listen as much as I'd like to. I do sometimes. I listen on the app. All right, what say you, Shane Sean? Georgia gets 3.5 against Clemson in Charlotte.
Your theory is that Clemson has struggles on defense, right?
Oh, well, I don't. That's what Grizz and Crane say. Well, I thought their defensive front was pretty strong.
My theory is Georgia's still going to have struggles on offense because they don't have a dominant receiver. They just do not right now. Not one that's actually played. JT Daniels, I have not seen enough out of him to say that he is definitely